Dr. Kejriwal. I am a vice president with a leading analytics consulting organization. I was born into a lower middle class family of a very hardworking couple who wanted to provide everything to their children and inculcate the right mix of qualities to ensure that they are successful in their lives. I am a consultant by profession and I have a decade of experience in strategic consulting and modeling. No, not the kind of rank modeling. It's a statistical modeling which is done on a laptop or a desktop, sitting in a workstation. And I have experience in product marketing and risk analytics. I work with more than 50 plus client stakeholders at this point in time, working with business leaders ranging from business unit heads to the highest echelons of the corporate leadership, that is the CXOs. And some of this experience, some of this will come in more relevant as I progress through my talk. Now coming to our topic, making that breakthrough. I'd like to think of life as a series of small breakthroughs which actually help us pave our journey, as well as understand multiple aspects of our life. Now let me take you with me towards a profound list of such moments which are deeply etched into my heart. A couple of these events actually helped me steer through a failure, versus other events actually helped me look at life from different perspectives. Now let me take back you to 2006-07 time frame. I, like countless others in India, wanted a coveted spot in the top engineering colleges of the country. I was very good at mathematics, always scored perfect, 100 on 100 throughout school, and often was dubbed as perfectionist in my school. Definitely that brought in a lot of confidence in my abilities and my confidence that I'll be able to crack that entrance examination. However, life had different plans, was not able to crack through it. In fact, in the entrance examination, I scored, the lowest score was of mathematics. I was shattered. And then I joined a college which was below my aspirations, below my expectations, but the disappointment actually got into my head. It led to another more challenging setback as I scored a 0 in my college paper. Now just imagine a kid, scoring perfectly in mathematics and other subjects as well throughout school, a topper there, now not able to crack the entrance examination of his choice and then scoring a 0 as well. I was completely shattered because it was completely out of my imagination. And at that point of time, it mattered to me a lot in terms of what other people think of me, what others perceive me of. Back when, when I could not crack the entrance examination, I actually stopped talking to my study group because of the shame that I felt that I could not crack it. I put way too much pressure on me than I actually deserved. Similarly, when this time I scored 0 again, I stopped talking to my friends, my classmates completely. I started hiding. I did not go to college for a month. And I lost my appetite, became leaner, eventually diagnosed with chickenpox later. We all know chickenpox takes around 10-15 days to recover, and I used this time for a lot of self-introspection. I tried to understand what has worked for me, what hasn't in the past few years, what I'm good at, what I'm not so good at, and what is in my control, what is not in my control. And eventually I realized one thing. It is all about how you train your mind. It's very similar to how racehorses actually wear those blinders, which actually help them focus on what lies ahead of them. It avoids distractions which can come from what's beside them and what's behind them. And we sometimes need a similar kind of focus to steer through some of the life's challenges. Now, I had a few learnings, and let me take this moment to share this with you. Number one, failures are part of life. Accept them, embrace them. They are as much as your own as your successes, because at the end of the day, neither success was in your control nor is failure. The only thing is in your control is your own actions or your own efforts. A very famous slok in Hindu holy book Bhagavad Gita says, "Karm karta ja, phal ki chinta na kar." That means you should focus on your doings or your duties and forget about the results. And that is what you should do. Just keep doing your best and forget the rest. The second learning was accept your mistakes. When I look back, I understand that I actually did not put too much effort into that entrance examination. I did not prepare so well. It's just that I was not ready to admit it to myself. I did that, but at a later point of time, it was too late for that. But we should realize that mistakes are part of life. You know, to err is human. We all know that. We've all heard it, right? And they are powerful tools of self-learning, self-improvisation. It does not mean that you keep on making same mistake again and again and say that I'm learning from it. It means that you make a mistake, learn from it, and strive to never repeat it again. It means that keep making different mistakes at different points in time, learn from it, and focus on the path of self-improvisation. Thirdly, liberate yourself from others' thoughts, others' actions. It doesn't matter what others perceive of you, what others act in front of you, because at the end of the day, that is also not in your control at all. The only thing that you can control is how you channelize your energy, your thoughts, and your actions for your own betterment. Now, with all those learnings, I move ahead and I go into a period of 2010-11. I regain my focus, and there was a new objective in life. And that was to crack now the entrance examination for the top B schools of the country. And this time, I was ready for it. I was ready for any outcome this time, to be very honest, and I did achieve it. I cracked into one of the top 3 B schools of the country. You may have understood by now that he's talking about scoring zeros, scoring perfect, scoring mathematics, very diligent guy, always focusing on academic success. And I have always been in the top 2 in my class throughout my school and my graduation. And naturally, it was a natural choice that, okay, when I'm going into a B school, I'll again focus on academic success. But again, life had some other plans for me. This time, I actually was presented with an opportunity of becoming a placement representative in my college. The job of placement representative is to actually look for job opportunities, full-time job opportunities for their seniors, and summer internship opportunities for their juniors. And it is a very challenging activity, leaves very little room for your own personal pursuits and academic studies or academic success. It involves reaching out to global leaders of global organizations and adds great deal of qualities during that process. Naturally, I was a bit hesitant because it will require me to completely change the path which I have been following since the last 20 odd years, of my academic career. I delved deep into it. I discussed that deeply with a close group of friends, and I eventually decided to grab this opportunity. I was leaving a GPA-driven path and following this path now. And actually, to be very honest, I am able to stand here and speak in front of you for 10, 15 odd minutes only because I took that decision. Till this date, I consider that decision to be the best decision of my life. I was very shy, very hesitant, standing behind my mom kind of a guy, who never spoke in front of public, who actually shied away a lot. He spoke, but it was very nervous, kind of talker. But today I'm able to face all of you with confidence because of that particular decision. And it is helping me in my workplace as well. I'm able to foster relationships with my existing clients and able to build relationships with my prospective clients as well. And that is helping me bring a lot of business to my company. Now again, few learnings to share. Number 1, take calculated risk. Sometimes it is okay to not know what lies ahead of you. Sometimes it is okay to jump into an unknown territory, right? I did that again when I actually left my job in 2014. I started my own venture, did not work out, joined my company back. But it's fine, right? I learned something from it. Sometimes sometimes it is important to learn what not to do, and as well as learning what to do. Second, don't shy away from standing out. I was only one of the 10 placement representatives in a batch of 460. And I did a good deal with myself. I learned a lot. I excelled a lot. And I actually carried that confidence of doing something out of pattern to my workplace as well. I am actually, most likely, the only vice president in my company who actually, shuts down his laptop on most days by 8 p.m. IST it's still working with the clients based out of US and UK. And it is not easy, it is a lot tough, to swim against the tide. You have to be constant with your efforts, your energies. But at the end of the day, if you're able to achieve that, it is a complete satisfaction, because that is something which most of the people are not able to achieve. Thirdly, believe in yourself. You may remember a quote from moral science book in primary school. It said that God helps those who help themselves. Help yourself by believing in yourself. Definitely you have to complement it with hard work, because there is no substitute for it. But the hard work will only come in, the true hard work will only come in when you start believing in yourself. Start with a spark, and that is called belief. Now moving on to the next part, next few set of realizations or breakthroughs, was when in 2014 I was interacting with my senior, and she actually left a well-paying job to start a school in a village in the central part of the country. I was astonished by that decision and at the same time inspired. She was she was actually going into a path which was very tough, which was tougher than what a well-paying corporate job can help you with, right? So I actually sponsored the education of one girl child the day she shared the donation details. It felt very good. I used to get the progress details of that child till the time she actually graduated from class 12. I never got a chance to actually interact with her, be involved in the education, but it felt really good. But I still felt there's something missing, because I'm not directly involved in something. Second thing, in 2016, there was a blood donation drive in my workplace. Again, I hesitated. I did not donate then, but the very next day I gathered all the courage, went to a hospital, donated blood for the very first time. Phenomenal experience. It felt so good, brought a smile to my face. Then the next opportunity came in when a couple of years back, one of the colleges actually invited me for a talk to speak with their students on a particular topic of their choice. And that is something where I felt that, okay, this is where I've reached, this is what I want to do along with the work that I do, because this is where I'm able to connect with people, and I'm able to, share my experience, share my knowledge, at the same time learn from them as well, because the students come from different, thought process, different ambitions, different pedigrees, different values, and you get to learn from them a lot. In the last 7-8 months, I have been to 15 plus campuses, talked to over 2,000 plus students doing that. Now, overall, we have talked about a lot of approaches in life, a lot of to-dos, what I learned, what I am trying to do in my life. But if you summarize all of this, you will realize that it is all about having the right mindset. Having the right mindset will help you create certain kind of mental bandwidth, which will help you achieve mental peace, and then will help you achieve the required kind of focus. Once you're able to achieve the mental peace, the required level of happiness and focus, you will be able to go into the path where your objective lies. Once you've decided the objective, you'll be able to go into that path. And this is circle, it actually feeds back. Once you're able to do something, once you're able to achieve focus, with constant effort, you'll be able to maintain that kind of a mindset, and that will further foster mental peace. And I actually created a framework which says PEACE, peace. P, persistent. Be persistent about your hard work. Be persistent about your beliefs. Keep going down the path where your objective lies. Definitely you are going to have failures during the way. I understand, sometimes it is frustrating, sometimes it is saddening, sometimes you may start losing your hope. But do not fret about it for too long. Try to move on sooner, because at the end of the day, still remember that the results are not in your control. It's just your actions, your efforts, and your thoughts that count. E, empower. Empower yourself by believing in yourself. Definitely complement with hard work, but start with a spark, and that is belief. A, avoid. Avoid distractions. Does not matter what other people think of you, act in front of you. You keep going your path. Do not compare yourself with anyone. Everyone has a different journey. Everyone has a different path. Everyone is in a different timeline of their own path as well. You cannot compare with others. Just focus on your own path. See, calculated risk. As I said, sometimes it is okay to jump onto an unknown territory. Sometimes, it is okay to take that leap of faith as well. You never know what is on the other side. It may shape your future. Try to break the mold at times. E, empathy. And when it comes to empathy, start with yourself. Be honest to yourself. Accept your mistakes. Be a bit flexible with yourself as well. Do not put too much pressure. And then go to others. Be honest to others, respect others, and try to give back to the society in whatever way you can. No action is small or big. See, a lot of unknown powers and people actually come together and assist you in your journey. It is your duty as well to make some difference in others' lives. Now, as we move towards the end, we'll understand that success is a shapeshifter. It's not something which is defined as something, or an objective is defined. We all have different objectives. We all have different definitions of success. For some people, it may be earning a lot of money. Some people may be, doing a world tour. Some people may be attaining mental peace. I found my purpose in my life through all these breakthroughs, and that purpose is attaining mental peace and keep doing my work towards achieving my objective. And that objective can keep on changing. Once you achieve something, there could be a new objective as well. Remember that it's your own colors, your own stroke, it's your own canvas. It's your own unique masterpiece to paint. Success isn't one size fit all kind of an endeavor. It is driven by your own ambitions, your own values. And at last, I would like to thank you to join me for this artistic journey and wish you all the very best.